Hayward, the hybrid Charles, making his way to the cage. Guy's a specimen. We've watched him fight here at XKO many, many times over the years. He is a tremendous fighter. Underrated striking game, as we saw with his KO victory over Victor Reina. A specialist in submissions. This, of course, the main event. We just have to look at Hayward. I mean, the guy's just, I mean, he's chiseled out of granite, phenomenal shape, tough as nails, as we saw when he fought Kevin Holland. I mean, he wouldn't quit. There was no quit. Referee had to stop the fight. He went to the hospital, recovered real well. But man, I tell you, this guy is just an absolute beast. Big, strong, talented. And he'll need all that to fight the Butcher tonight. Evan Cutts will be his opponent. Evan Cutts, a couple years ago, lost a split decision to Victor Reina. Hayward, of course, beat Victor Reina. But I can tell you, Evan Cutts isn't the same fighter that he was 2 years ago. This guy's phenomenal. Phenomenal, and as tough as they come. Another guy with phenomenal ground skills. And his cage work is also outstanding. I mean, and what this guy, his ability to fight dirty up against the cage, really great. I mean, he's solid. He's just a solid fighter. Dangerous, talented, strong. Both guys, good relationship between each other. It'll be a war while they're in there, and afterwards, these guys will still be buddies. This makes them consummate professionals. There's no ill will between these two gentlemen. But a win between the two of them would sure the heck mean something for the guy that walks away with the victory. And one of them will walk away with the victory. We're going to go five-minute championship rounds here tonight, folks. As Evan the Butcher Cutts will face Hayward the hybrid Charles. Two phenomenal fighters. Man, this could be a main event for the ages, or it could end really fast. The fates will say and tell us in about a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Next Bank and is sanctioned by the TDLR. Executive producer, Greg Alvarez. Lead inspector, Arturo Martinez. Your judges, Susan Moore, Kent Basinger, and Dan Mathieson. And now, for fight fans watching around the world and here in attendance in the Gas Monkey Live in Dallas, Texas, this is your main event of the evening. This is XKO 44 All In. 3 rounds in the XKO welterweight division. And now, your iconic fighters, introducing first, fighting out of the Next Bank blue corner. He's a freestyle fighter, standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in 171 pounds. 17 victories, 11 defeats, fighting out of Avon, Colorado, the son of XKO, Hayward, the hybrid Charles. Now his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the Jim Ross red corner, a freestyle fighter, standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in 169.5 pounds, 9 victories, 3 defeats, fighting out of North Richland Hills, Texas, a son of the Lone Star State, Evan the Butcher Cutts! The referee, Aladdin Martinez.
Gentlemen, this is the main event, so protect yourself at all times. Keep it clean. No back of the hips. Watch your low blows. Touch gloves you want and go back to your corners. Call you out.
Both guys giving each other shit-eating grins. And what an introduction by Antonio Perkins. Hayward in the all black. Evan also in all black, but he will have the logo on the back of his trunks. And Antonio, I was just complimenting you on a tremendous introduction there. First round, folks, here we go.
These are the two iconic coaches right now facing off, good friends outside the cage. And here we are going to see what Texas first-ranked fighter, third-ranked fighter are going to bring to the game.
Well, and there I was talking to, I talked a little earlier, Evan Cutts has got such a strong cage game. And so it kind of doesn't surprise me that Hayward immediately went down to his back to work the submission game that he is so competent at. But Evan Cutts is also a tremendous submission and ground guy. So, I mean, you've got guys that are really both just, I mean, they're superb in the MMA game.
They really are. Evan the Butcher Cutts, 28 years old, 6'1", North Richland Hills is where he calls home. Fitness Fight Factory, he's a freestyle fighter. And I tell you what, he is the Butcher for a reason. He's a full-time coach and a fighter. He's a new father. And I'll tell you what, his I believe it's his son is just a few, maybe a week and a half old, maybe. And I'll tell you what, Hayward the Hybrid Charles.
And listen, I cut you off there.
Yeah.
For 2 big forearms that he's put to the ear of Hayward. And just really doing a tremendous job of it. Look how patient he is with his striking. And here Hayward, look at this. This is very, very tricky on Hayward's part. He was looking for the outside escape by coming over the shoulder of Evan. Maybe perhaps sweep. That's 3 unanswered elbows to the ear. And Evan Cutts is absolutely trying to keep Hayward pinned down in that corner there.
And I'll tell you, Evan Cutts has three beautiful lives now. His wife at home, I believe she's watching here. And Hayward the Hybrid Charles, his whole team is watching in Avon, Colorado right now. 2 icons facing off in the corner, right, less than a foot in front of us.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Antonio, how blessed are we to be able to commentate this fight of 2 tremendous fighters, be this close to it. And Evan Cutts, man, I tell you what, he has really done well on landing strikes onto Hayward. I mean, and this is what I'm talking about. I mean, Evan is, man, he's solid. God dang it. And Hayward, I mean, Hayward.
And Hayward got to his feet.
That's awesome. That would have thrown
so
most
strong
people.
of Hayward.
That would have swept most people.
It would have.
And Evan's base and his feel was so positive and so strong that Hayward was unable to sweep him over.
I'll tell you, I've had the pleasure of watching both of these fighters in person, calling both of their fights, and it's just this is a moment of a lifetime here in the Lone Star State of Texas to watch these two fight.
Both these guys are worthy to be in the UFC.
Absolutely.
I mean, they really are. They're both that flicking good.
They're still in their prime.
Oh, without a doubt. And the fact neither one of these guys is in the UFC is actually just an atrocity, in my opinion, because, I mean, they're so damn good.
Right now, Hayward spending a majority of the time on the fight early on his back, and Evan just being very patient and technical on where he wants to land his strikes. A little bit of blood right now in the back of Hayward.
Yeah, well, Hayward's got cut with these strikes, those sharp elbows off that right arm that Evan has been just really having his way with.
And I'll tell you, Evan definitely he faced Victor Reyna. Both of them actually have faced. Hayward Charles facing Victor Reyna and
Evan lost to him in a split decision. Hayward, of course, knocked Victor out.
And I tell you, both these fighters have just their conditioning has improved greatly.
Their conditioning.
They're stronger. They're faster. Their wind is up to speed.
Their conditioning is sick.
And they're just. I hate to say it, man. I would hate to get hit with an elbow from either one of these guys.
I know.
You're rushing me to the hospital.
I know, and Evan is so, just smooth with it. I mean, look how he postures into Hayward.
But you notice how Hayward, if Hayward sees a punch coming, he gradually turns either just slightly away to where it slides off just a little bit more.
Hayward is as much of an anaconda in his ability to move and slither around and avoid punches and to avoid damage. It's just about any human being out there.
And you're absolutely right. When you say avoid punches, we've seen in previous fights where the fighter just takes it. They don't know where the punch is coming from. They don't know which way to move. Not Hayward. No.
These guys, you could blindfold both of them right now, and the fight would look the same because they can feel each other's movement so well. It's just tremendous. The skill that they are showing is absolutely phenomenal.
We're actually going to charge double admission just for this fight.
Yeah.
This is round one is over and done with. We have two more. Hayward suffered a nasty injury when he faced Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
A dislocated hip.
Yeah.
And went virtually the distance.
Well, but he made the referee stop the fight.
Right.
And it was a late stoppage. We all know it.
Right.
Should have been stopped earlier. But that's how flicking tough this guy is, right? Now, he got a cut above the head from one of the elbows. Or you know what? I'll tell you what. Those elbows were on the left side of his face, okay?
Right.
That was actually, that cut, I believe, came from the cage, quite honestly. I think it came from the cage.
It's really interesting. This is a tough fight to watch, only because I really respect and I like both these guys. Let's look at the instant replay. But this is the Warriors game. Evan dropping some elbows, a lot of them down. There's the blood on the mat. Hayward composed. This is the Hayward that we know about.
And they're talking about his ability to avoid the strikes and avoid the damage.
Chaz Skelly is like that.
Yeah, Chaz
is he's like a sniper when he throws those punches.
Yeah, he is.
Touch of the gloves. You trust him. You got to be careful.
Yeah, and again,
Hayward.
Yeah, and Hayward immediately. Hayward feels like, you know what, my best thing for me. Let me be on my back, and you can see that Evan. Pardon me. You can see that Evan was stalking him.
Oh yeah, and when you see Evan crouch down like that, the dangerous thing about Evan, if he's crouched down, he can explode up. He can shoot in.
You don't know.
Yeah, man, it's almost like guerrilla warfare. You just don't know where it's coming from.
No, it's exactly right. And Hayward, I'm a little surprised because Hayward has a very underrated striking game. And I'm a little surprised that the Hayward hasn't let his hands kind of go when he's standing up.
He's had 2 KO or TKOs, and a majority, I think it was something like 15 submissions in his professional career.
Yeah, I mean, it's disgusting how good he is on the ground.
And here we are.
Yeah, but that being said, I mean, he's got power for days and really good, like I say, underrated striking game. He's a really good striker. His hands are tremendous, and he's got dynamite in him.
So now the thing is this right now, what is Hayward going for right now?
Okay, now,
or what was he going to go for?
Well, it's tough from that position. That's often used as to put a Kimura on your opponent off your back, or use it as a sweep or combination therein. And because Evan is in the half guard position, Hayward wasn't going to be able to pull that off. But what he can use that for, that Kimura for, which Sakuraba was so famous for, was to get himself out of positions and put his opponent into worse positions. Not so much going for a submission, just changing positions. And Hayward, possibly looking for that. But again, you're watching two guys who are now super sweaty, super slick. It's going to be hard to land a real clean shot. It's going to be hard to submit each other. It's going to be maybe a battle of attrition, definitely a battle of position.
I'll tell you right now, I'm watching Evan, and this is a different Evan that I've seen in the last couple of years. This is a mature, it's a stockish type Evan. He's having a good time. You can see the two of them, they're having a good time. But here's this Evan right here.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to call that a flick of time, man.
This is their sport.
I know it's their sport.
They live for this. But
there ain't no smiling going on there.
But here's
Kevin Holland on it.
And I said they're having a good time because you want to face an opponent that's going to bring the best out of you.
That without a doubt.
And that's what I'm saying.
Without
you don't want
a doubt.
to go in there and face a weak opponent.
No. Like say,
So that's what I mean by having a good time.
Yeah,
getting pushed in the
like
face.
Valerie Soto had said earlier. I don't take any cans. Can of course is a lesser opponent that you crush. And Hayward, just kind of playing his game here.
Oh, Hayward will. He'll do the drunken master on you for a while.
You know what?
He will give you the drunken master.
What an analogy. If you could do the drunken master on the ground, Hayward Hybrid Charles would be the Jackie Chan of that.
Right? He would.
He really would, because
he lies in wait.
He does, because he can be here and look like, he's just kind of squirming around, saving himself, whatever, and then nail you with something.
Did you see Evan? So a fan yelled, "Put a thumb in your bum," and Evan and Hayward both looked at each other and just started cracking up laughing.
Well, I tell you, that's just, that's two guys that are calm and
they're talking to each other. They're talking to each other while they're fighting right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they are. And who's the king of that, though?
Oh, Kevin Holland.
Yeah, Kevin Holland's the king of that. I mean, he'll get you in a full conversation.
Wow, look at that. He just turned 180 degrees away to get him back to the center.
Yeah, so he could have room to work.
Right.
And Hayward didn't want to be against the cage, so he says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get out of here.
Both these guys had a tough weight cut. It was really Evan lost 15 pounds in one day, brother.
That's
in one day.
And I don't like to hear that.
But
I don't like to hear that because it's dangerous.
He came in 13 pounds heavy. He was actually 15 pounds heavy. I think it was like 2 days before the fight. I spoke to him. He said, "Man, Tony, I came in under. I came in a little bit under.
Yeah, he went a pound less.
Yeah, and he said, you know what, man? I feel good, but I don't think I need to do a weight cut like that.
Yeah.
Man, let's just keep it a little bit closer to home. And Hayward the same way, man. Hayward walks around at 198, man.
Well, and most guys at welterweight tend to. Anthony.
And he came in at 171.
Yeah, most guys tend to.
Second round down. Both these guys, look at that, help them up.
Yeah, I mean,
have a good time.
I mean, these guys are such good sports.
Here's the thing, man. I'm watching a fight right now here at the Gas Monkey Live, main event XKO 44. And this is like the all-star. This is like an all-star main event. You know what I mean? Where two guys that really typically wouldn't face each other in their division. I mean, and I say the division, I'm talking AL, American League, National League, blah, blah, blah. But you have the best of the best. One is ranked number 3 in the state of Texas.
Yes.
And one is ranked number 3.
Yes.
With that being said, there's no egos. In the second round, they help each other out. They're great coaches. They look out for their families. They look out for their students. There's no showboating. It's the pure love of the sport. If Kevin Costner was an MMA fighter, I think he'd be right in here with him.
That's another great analogy, my friend. All right, so here we go. The third round of a 5-round fight.
And you notice how dry they look right now. Now this is going to be.
They've been toweled off.
This is going to be interesting.
But right there, again, Evan is.
Hey, look at Hayward just laughing about the punches, man, because he knows it's going to go to the ground. That was just a setup, man.
Well, it kind of was, but again, I'm not seeing Hayward really wanting to strike. Does that make sense?
It does. But and fight fans, I say they're smiling. I say they're laughing. Don't take what I'm saying as this is. They're not taking this fight seriously. They are. But
they are. But
they find the humor in the competitive spirit.
They do, without a doubt. And like you say, when you're that comfortable. I mean, both these guys have so much experience. They're comfortable enough in the cage that, you know what, laughing about something or talking shit to each other.
Well, they know how dangerous the other opponent is.
It's respect. There's respect.
Yeah.
That's a level of respect, my friend.
Because both these fighters have put many men on their backside in their grave, figuratively.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both these guys can hurt you so bad, so fast.
And so right now, the crowd is on their feet right now with 3 minutes left in the fight. Sold out here, over 3,000 here at the Gas Monkey Live. We're going to be, in April, moving for this next fight to the Texas Live backyard.
Yeah, that's right. The big new venue over there by Jerry's World, AT&T Stadium, where the Cowboys play, close to where the Texas Rangers play. Amazing venue. And, you know, we pack out here with, you know, close to 3,000 people. We'll be able to have another couple thousand people there.
And this is our home. This is the XKO home at Gas.
Boy, and Hayward
and we'll be right
really
back.
cranking this right now.
Yes, he is. And we'll be right back here after April, back into the Gas.
I don't know what he's grimacing. Hayward's grimacing. I'm not sure why he's grimacing. I'm not sure why he's grimacing, Antonio. I don't know if maybe he hurt himself.
Well, you know, he had that hip issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if it's his hip.
I'm hoping
because
not.
it was strange because he was, I don't know, he was just seemed to be grimacing for no reason.
But this is the same, almost the same look that he had when he had separated that hip.
Yeah, that's right.
But nonetheless, he's not giving up at all. Right now, he has Evan right under there, tucked under there. Now, what he needs to do is, does he need to go for a body lock? Does he need to stretch out? Does he need to shift him over to the side and get a side guard?
Well, what he needs to do is he needs to get into full guard. And I'm not exactly sure what he's doing here with the neck. He knows better than this, because you're not going to choke him out from here. And I'm not sure what it was that he was looking for. And he's saying something to Evan.
2 minutes left in the fight right here. This is the main event for XKO 44.
I apologize. I thought it was going to be five rounds.
Only in a championship fight.
Well, I thought a main event.
So Hayward's going for something on the other side. He looked like, but then he slipped away. Trying to shift off. Don't want his back. He doesn't want his back against that cage now. He wants to stay flush and open here.
Yeah, I mean,
Evan's been working his tail off.
Yeah, he has.
Hayward Charles is not. He's not submitting whatsoever. He's not giving Evan an inch, really.
Well, he's not. He's nothing clear, and that's a tough thing about fighting Hayward. You never get anything that's going to be clear.
I love how he's turtling in like this and really not giving anything a chance to Evan. Evan is going to have to open him up here.
Well, and again, you're fighting a guy that just is such a, if anything, is a contortionist.
You know, he's kind of like the Aaron Rodgers. If there's any time left on the clock, you need to be on your toes.
Good. You are the king of fucking analogies tonight.
Right now, we've got less than a minute, and I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers
looking for something.
He's looking for something.
He's looking for something because right now, Evan Cutts is
he's working, brother.
Evan Cutts is fixing to.
Evan Cutts is putting in some overtime. I'll tell you right now, Evan has not stopped striking. I don't know what he ate for breakfast this morning, but his foot's been on the gas pedal.
But it has, and you got, you know, and every opportunity, and again, opportunities are limited by Hayward of the striking, you know, and I think it's the type of thing where Evan wants to get distance, Evan wants to strike, Evan wants to finish this fight, but Hayward, it's just not going to happen.
And you have some of the crowd booing, and Evan looks over and gives him the middle finger like, hey, I'm in here, not you. And this is what jiu-jitsu artists do.
Evan is going right there. He's going for a full-ass choke right there.
And he gives him the okay. Oh, and that is the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, both fighters, both icons, both coaches. We're going to leave it to the judges. But that was what I wanted to see. Yeah. Both these guys dishing it out, man.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was a war on the ground.
Yeah.
It was a technical war. It may have not been flashy, what everybody wanted to see.
Right.
But technically speaking, I mean, there's two tremendous fighters, two tremendous grapplers trying to get the win against each other. So we will get the judge's decision. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a unanimous for Evan.
Right.
And
here we go.
Yeah. Really? That means I can look good right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your XKO 44 main event. And now we go to the judges' scorecard. Judges have scored the bout 30-27, 30-27, and 30-25, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Heaven the Butcher Cox. Evan, you just faced the son of XKO versus the son of the Lone Star State, you. Tremendous, tremendous fight. Scott and I were talking about this fight. We had a couple fans that were booing, but they have to understand that you two are icons and you guys are bred in blood in the jiu-jitsu and stand-up game. So you went I don't think there was a moment you weren't throwing a strike or an elbow while you were in the dominant position. We asked, what did you eat for breakfast? How did you maintain that cardio? Tell us about the fight and your perspective.
There's a couple things. First of all, glory to God. Second of all, one of the most important things of this aspect is the sportsmanship. Hayward and I have been, we were pecking each other too much on Facebook back and forth, but we were kind of saying some things in no disrespectful way. I don't think you guys realize how good of a jiu-jitsu player Hayward is. I chose not to pass the half guard for a very specific reason. I did not want him to scramble up. I game planned this fight. Hayward's the #1 guy in the state at welterweight, so I had to do what I could do to win. And if you guys are fans of Randy Couture, I don't see why you didn't like that style of me staying in half guard and beating guys up. But no, I highly encourage you guys. I know XKO is moving its facility. It won't be at the Gas Monkey anymore. It'll be at where? Oh, just one more event here. One more event here. Over there. And then back. Okay, so we're hopping venues some, but keep watching us. I've watched Hayward from outside the cage many a times. I'm a big fan. I would love to have a title shot in this organization. I would like to thank my sponsors. First of all, my biggest sponsor, Aquamedic. Tony's been over there. He's been helping me out at the gym, man. He's a huge blessing. But everyone at Fitness Fight Factory, the Be Quick Jiu-Jitsu Network, Casillas Boxing with Raphael. I have some of the top trainers in the area, and I'm just really blessed to be here and be in the cage and be able to perform in a sport that for a living and coach what I do for a living. I don't think a lot of people realize we live in the greatest time to be alive right now. So yeah, keep watching.
You know, that was one thing that we were throwing all kind of analogies out here. We were talking about time on the clock. It's like the Aaron Rodgers. If there's any time on the clock, you're going to be on your toes with either one of you. Hayward, the hybrid Charles, he's like an anaconda on the ground. And we've both called both of your fights. Your toughness, his toughness, has only gotten better over the years. You guys are in your prime. UFC needs to give you guys a call because they need to put you on your roster. You two are the upper echelon of coaches and gyms. A tremendous display here. Seeing Hayward, the last time he was in here, he faced Victor Reyna. You faced Victor Reyna. So what does it mean for you? And we will be back to the Gas Monkey Live after we go to Texas Live. We will be back. And we're going to talk to the Bussies about putting some jewelry around your waist. What was it like being in the square cage?
Actually, so when I was an amateur, I got to fight in this cage once before, but that was rented out by an amateur organization. Feels really good to be back as a pro.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. You and Hayward, can we do 2 more rounds? Can we bring them back out and get 2 more? Is that not going to happen? You're hungry, and congratulations on your baby boy. 3 boys. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 coaches, 2 schools, 2 icons in Texas. Make some noise for your main event winner, Evan the Butcher Cox. So hopefully fight fans around the world, I know the hour is getting late. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you can join us in April. Thank you to the Gas Monkey Live, to all of our sponsors, and thank you for supporting Texas local MMA. Have a great night, be blessed, and have a safe drive home.